Cave World by Viagra Boys. 12 songs, 40 minutes long. And Viagra Boys are really hitting their stride in this like post punk indie space that they've gotten themselves
Hmm.
into, so to speak. Um, they've had like, I want to say like three records more or less. There's Street Worms, which they released in 2018. 18. There's Welfare Jazz, which we really liked last year, and
I
then
love that
there
record.
really loved it. And I've seen them live now. I don't think they were at Primavera, but I definitely saw them live at Coachella. And they have a great live presence. Their songs translate very well live, exactly into kind of what you want to sound. Kind of like this Beck era trashy, thrashy rock that is kind of intelligent, but kind of just like weird and fun. It's very, very good. And that energy, that commentary carries on in a pretty solid way, I think, into their newest album, Cave World. Sean, your thoughts?
This actually was a fantastic record. Riger Boys, we've reviewed a couple of their records here or there on Audioface, and some of them I've liked, some of them I had some issues with. So, but to me, this is my favorite record of theirs, favorite of like top to bottom project. It starts off Baby Criminal, hilarious title, and it really sets up like a really, really nice punk indie infusion of a sound that you're going to get on these records. You have little 30, 40-second interludes that you get kind of, I think you get 3 or 4 of them on the record, but I think actually they're okay in the setting, not necessarily my favorites, but it's all right. Especially from the thing that I like is it kind of breaks up some of the really harder sounds with some of the softer sounds. So that's the part I do like. But anyways, you get towards third track, Troglodyte, which I hate. No, I can never say that right, but
You said it perfectly. This is the year, Sean, where your confidence in your ability to speak English is finally lower than your ability to speak English because you've been getting a lot of these rougher pronunciations pretty on point.
well, fair play. Thank you. Troglodyte, I thought was very good.
Now you
Punk rock
fucked it up.
loser was good. So I literally did that on purpose. I was trying to see if you catch it. Um, and like towards the middle of that record, it slows down a little bit, and then you get Ain't No Thief. So again, I like that little interlude of Globe Earth to kind of connect those two parts, and then Ain't No Thief just like it's almost like a Rage Against the Machine kind of sound with the guitar and just industrial rock just gets into your face. But the way it's spaced out in the record, I thought was very good. I really like the production on it. It doesn't feel cheesy, doesn't feel outdated at all. It's still fresh. It still has a newer take on your like post punk scene, infusing it with a lot of indie influences and just different things throughout it. And the thing I like the most about the record, though, I love the vocals. I really like them. That might be an issue I've had before with Viagra Boys, where sometimes I thought the vocals would either fall flat or be just not necessarily my favorite thing, or they throw off the album. I thought in here they're great the whole time. So towards the end, like it ends well with Add Human Error, Return to Monk, or yeah, there you go.
And
I fucked
Return
up.
to
Thanks.
Monkey. Come on, Sean,
Which
get your meme on.
no, fuck that.
Old man
But
Sean.
I like that ending track a lot. So overall, I thought it was a very, very good project from Viagra Boys, especially because how many records of theirs have we done now on here?
We've done just the 2, and this is the perfect
Two?
segue.
I thought we've done more. Interesting.
Nope, this is just the 2. And this is a perfect segue to my favorite song on Viagra Boys was Creatures. I was getting so much
Creatures is good.
so much play off of that last year. And a really good B-side successor to that is the Cognitive Trade-Off Hypothesis, which I really love when bands kind of revisit songs or ideas they've done before and really upgrade them for a new sound. So that was really one of my favorites. But yeah, I think you're right. I was originally going to say here that like, and I think I still have this critique that I don't think Viagra Boys are jumping far out from what they're good at in this album.
No,
I think
they're
definitely really owning in on what they're good at. And that's a good thing because that creates, I do agree with you once again, when you come out from this, there are parts of Welfare Jazz where I felt like these are good songs, but as an album, it doesn't play through as well. This album plays through really
Place.
nicely.
Yeah.
It's short, it's sweet. At just 40 minutes long, it really does the job here better than the other two records we reviewed this week, Burna Boy and Brent Faiyaz,
Hmm.
Love Demony and Wasteland, respectively, both of which are projects of uh, multitudes level more sincerity than like Viagra Boys is meant to have. Like Viagra Boys is meant to have some fun to it, but there's also some sincerity. I love the motif of conspiracy theories and mental health and kind of like being over with the state of society as it is, because you get those ideas in Creepy Crawlers, Cognitive Trade-off Hypothesis, Globe Earth, ADD, Return to Monkey. Uh, all these are really funny. If anything, Return to Monkey's kind of long, but you have a lot of different movements in there, and it's the last song, so I'll
Yeah.
give it that. But you know what? I think this is a really solid record from Viagra Boys. Really good job. I really recommend it. I hope the boys keep it up. But for the next album, feel free to branch out and experiment a little.
Yeah. You can. I would like for them to do, have a record where it's a mix of new, a mix of old, where you can still, have Tried True Viagra Boys sound, because now they have a sound. They really own this space of your indie punk, post rock scene, post punk, I should say, not post rock. And with that, all right, experiment a little bit. You don't necessarily need to go like completely out of left field, but try some new stuff here or there. You got the sound. Try to even revolutionize your sound. See what you can do else within punk. Get even different punk influences and see what you can do, because there's so much out there. And try to invent, try to make new art. I think they can do it. And yeah, like this record.
Totally. Arbitrary scale. What we said in our review is what we said in our review. So we're going to give you a random scale and make you figure out what we think about it if you didn't understand it beforehand. Because that's what we do in Audioface. That's another really good way of saying it. Anyways.
That's a great way. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch me forget it in 2 minutes, but at least I edit this, so I'll remember it anyways. I'm going to give this 2 ripped pants. One of those being the SpongeBob ripped pants.
And I ripped my pants. This is
The original Viagra Boys.
This is 3 pairs of good chinos that you ripped.
Aw.
And one like you ripped the knee and like went down like your shin and stuff, like you were skating or something. You got caught on a rail and just like ripped it, and you're like, I just got these.
That's
Like
disappointing.
two pairs from Nordstrom and one lucky pair from TJ Maxx.
TK Maxx for those folks across the pond. Yeah, in it. Anyways, this has been Audioface. For those in the members portion, you get to look at the R. Kelly deleting himself watch, White Little Baby, and the I. There are a lot of legal cases I wish I would have the opportunity to see that I've been privy to over the past couple years on Audioface. This is number one by far. This is my favorite, and we're going to talk about it on the members portion, which you can join and participate in by becoming a Syndicate 23 member. Join.syndicate23.co. Get all of these different musical things and bonus content, especially from Power Report, as we ramp up for the midterm elections in America, as well as all the elections happening around the world. And yeah, Sean can be found on Twitter and Instagram at SW Suarez. I can be found on Twitter and Twitch at Dan from the Web, and on Instagram and TikTok at Dan from the Internet. The show can be found on Twitter and Instagram at AudiofacePod. Check out youtube.com/AudiofacePod to make sure you are following us and all the stuff we're doing. We appreciate you very much. Rate us and all the things so you can show that appreciation back. That didn't sound like a threat. I didn't mean for it to be threatening, but we appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Bye bye.